Hi friends, and welcome back to my channel. We are having a bit of a snow day here. So today's practice is going to be a slower flow beginner style practice. A little bit longer than my usual classes, so hang in there. You got this. Take it at your own pace. We're going to begin lying on our backs today. You most likely won't need any props, but if you have blocks or bolsters, you're welcome to grab those. Go ahead and make your way all the way down onto your back. Let's start with the feet wide, knees bent. Let the knees come together. Hands can either be resting on your low belly or they can be down by your side with your palms up. And then either close down your eyes or find a soft gaze. And just take a moment to arrive on your mat. Letting go of whatever you did before this, whatever you have to do after this. And then start to bring your awareness into your breath. Notice your inhale through your nose. Feel the breath move down the back of the throat and into the belly. And then exhale out your mouth, nice and slow. 2 more, big inhale through your nose. Open mouth exhale. Final time, inhale through the nose. And exhale, release it out, let it go. And now beginning to seal your lips, starting to breathe in through your nose and out through your nose, Ujjayi Pranayama. You should hear your exhale. It should be an audible exhale. So create a slight constriction in the back of your throat. This is your yoga breath. Your guide through your practice. If the mind wanders, come back to your inhales and your exhales. And then go ahead and bring the knees apart. Heel toe your feet in line with your hips. Hands are going to come by your side with your palms facing down. We're going to take some slow spinal rolls up. Find an inhale. On your exhale, slowly start to tuck your pelvis under and peel your spine up off the mat. Lifting into a bridge. Pressing through all 4 corners of your feet. Fingers are spread wide. Find an inhale here. And on your exhale, slowly lower down 1 vertebrae at a time. We'll take a few more. Tuck the pelvis, slowly roll up. Hips, lower back, middle back, upper back. And then exhale, slowly lower down, upper back, middle back, lower back. 1 more, tuck the pelvis, peel, lower back, middle back, upper back. And then release upper back, middle back, lower back. Heel toe your feet again as wide as your mat and just gently windshield wiper the knees side to side. Let your left leg go long. Pull your right knee into your chest. Interlace your hands around the front of the right shin. Keep your shoulders heavy, relaxed away from your ears and start to take small circles with your right knee. Coming back to your breath. Reverse the direction of your circle. Good, and come back through stillness. We'll start to move through some leg passes. So on your inhale, let your right leg fall open into your right hand, keeping your knee bent, keeping your left hip grounded on the earth. On your exhale, pass your leg into your left hand. Take your right leg across your body. Gentle spinal twist. Again, inhale to come back through center, right leg, right hand. Let your right leg fall open. And your exhale, leg passes through the center across the body. Gentle spinal twist. We'll take a few more spinal twists on your own breath. Full inhale, full exhale. Moving nice and slow as we're still in the beginning warm-up parts of our practice. Starting to feel a stretch, starting to feel an opening, but you never want to have pain. A little discomfort is okay, pain, not good. Take one more each direction. And then come back through center. Extend your right leg up, interlace your hands behind your right thigh. Keep as much of a bend in your knee as you need to. Point and flex the foot, circle out the ankle. Reverse the direction. Pull your right knee back into your chest, give it one more squeeze, and then switch out your legs. Left knee into your chest, right leg nice and long. Start to take small circles with your left knee in one direction. Begin to reverse. And then again, we'll start to move into the leg passes. Inhale, left leg falls open towards the left, right hip grounded. If you need to, right hand on your right hip. Exhale, pass your left leg into the right. Use your right hand to take your leg across your body, rolling to the outer edge of your right hip. Inhale brings you back through center, left hand in, or left leg into left hand. And exhale, spinal twist. Inhale, open to the left. Exhale, spinal twist. Taking a few more on your own breath. There's no rushing, taking it slow. If it feels good to hold in your twist or in the opening, hold there for a few breaths. Breathe into it. Inhale brings you back through center. Extend your left leg up. Interlace your hands behind the left thigh. Keep a bend in your knee. Keep your shoulders pulled slightly down your back. Point and flex the ankle. Find circles in one direction and the other. And this time, pull left knee into your chest, right knee comes to meet it. Take your hand on either kneecap and draw some circles in opposite directions, letting the hips and the low back be nice and heavy on the earth. And then go ahead and reverse the direction. Ankles will cross, hands will come behind your thighs. Start to create some momentum, rocking and rolling up and down your spine a few times. Coming all the way up into a comfortable seat, Sukhasana, easy pose. One leg crossed in front of the other. Hands will be resting on the knees. Take a big inhale, pull your shoulders up to your ears, and then exhale them down the back. A few more, inhale, shoulders up. Exhale down. One more, inhale, big shoulder roll up. And exhale, release it down. Keeping a nice straight spine, start to drop your right ear towards your right shoulder. Gently tuck chin to chest, left ear comes to left shoulder. Chin comes back to chest, right ear, right shoulder. Continue to move through a few of these half moon neck circles side to side. Staying aware of what's happening in the upper body. Keeping the shoulders nice and heavy, keeping the muscles of the jaw and the face relaxed. Sometimes we tend to clench them if we're holding tension in these areas. So just becoming aware and then letting it go. Next time your right ear is towards your right shoulder, keep it there. You can stay here, or option to take your right hand up above your left ear. Keep your shoulder nice and heavy. And you can stay here, or you can start to nod the chin gently, yes and no. And then gently release, right hand down, chin to chest, left ear, left shoulder. Again, stay, or option to take left hand up above the right ear. If you've pulled the left shoulder up, relax it down. Gentle nod of the head, yes and no. Beautiful. And then go ahead and release. Come back to neutral. We'll go ahead and make our way into a tabletop pose. Making your way into all fours, hands and knees. Stack your wrists underneath your shoulders, your knees underneath your hips. Spread your fingers nice and wide. Inhale, begin to drop the belly, lift the gaze, finding a cow pose. Exhale, top chin to chest, round the spine, press the earth away, cat. Inhale, drop belly, lift gaze, cow. And exhale, cat. Take a few more cat-cows on your own breath. An option here to add any other organic movements that feel good. Sometimes it feels nice to rock the hips side to side. Sometimes it feels nice to press hips to heels. So just continuing to warm up the spine, warm up the body. If you want some opening for the wrist, spin your fingers to face you. Thumbs are facing either side of your mat. Notice a stretch through the insides of the forearms. And then go ahead and start to make your way back into a neutral spine. Back is nice and flat. Right hand's gonna stay planted. Inhale, sweep your left arm up and gaze up. On your exhale, thread the left arm underneath the right. Let the left feet come all the way down to the earth for thread the needle. Option to reach the right fingertips forward. If you'd like to bind today, right hand comes behind the low back, reaching for the left hip crease. Again, notice if you're clenching in the muscles in the face. Can you let them go? One more breath. And then gently release right hand to the earth, press into the right palm, sweep the left arm open. And exhale, release. We'll switch to the other side. Left hand will stay planted. Inhale, sweep right arm up. On your exhale, thread right under your left. Right cheek comes down to the earth. Hips are nice and high. Option again, reach the left fingertips forward, or you can take it behind the low back for a half bind. Settle into the pose for 2 to 3 full cycles of breath. And gently release left hand back to the mat, press into left palm, sweep the right arm open, and exhale, release, come back to tabletop pose. Awareness to your left leg's gonna extend all the way back. Walk your hands just slightly in front of your shoulders, keeping the left toes planted. Start to rock forward and back, opening the left calf. If you'd like to take it deeper, tuck your right toes, hover the right knee off of the mat. You'll be able to press the heel back a little bit further. Beautiful, and then start to lift the left leg up. Spin the left toes out to the left. You're gonna take the left foot all the way out in line with your left hip. Left toes are now pointed forward to the top of the mat. Untuck the right toes and begin to rock the hips forward and back. Starting to wake up left inner thigh. Let the left foot move freely. If the toes wanna come up as you sink the hips back, let them do so. Begin to stack your shoulders back over your wrist. You'll spin your left toes out a little bit more than 45 degrees. Slowly start to bend into the left knee. Hello, left hip. Hello, inner thigh. Slowly straighten. Taking it nice and slow. And then we'll start to heel toe the left foot up to the outer edge of your left hand, maybe slightly off your mat. Toe out, heel in, knee is staying stacked over your ankle. Hands come as wide as your mat. Begin to find some circles in your hips. Reverse the direction. So your circle down, right hand will stay planted, left hand will come on top of left thigh. Press into your left thigh, find a big twist. Left shoulder pulled down away from your ear, gaze up. And exhale, release. Come back into tabletop pose. Reset, maybe find a cat-cow between sides, shake the hips side to side. And then right leg will extend back. Walk the hands slightly in front of the shoulders. Keep the right toes planted. Start to press forward and back. Again, you can stay here. If you'd like to take it deeper, tuck the left toes, hover the left knee off of the mat. Come back to neutral. Right leg lifts, spin the right toes out to the right, right leg moves all the way out. In line with the right hip, right toes pointed towards the top of the mat. Untuck your left toes and then again, rocking the hips forward and back. Begin to come back to neutral. Stack shoulders over wrists, spin your right toes out towards the right, start to bend into your right knee, shift your weight to the right, and then slowly extend. And then from here, heel toeing your right foot up, just outside your right hand. Maybe it stays off your mat, depending on how your hips are feeling today. Toe out, heel in. When you're ready, start to circle your hips. Reverse the direction. Come back through stillness. Left hand comes in, right hand comes on top of the right thigh. Press into the right thigh and twist. Pull the right shoulder down, gaze up. Breathing into the twist, every exhale, deepening your twist. And gently release, make your way back into tabletop pose. You're welcome to stay in tabletop if you'd like a down dog today. Hands come one palm print in front of where they are now. Tuck the toes. When you're ready, float the knees. Floating table, find an inhale, engage the core. When you're ready, exhale, hips go up and back, downward facing dog. Bend into one knee, bend into the other. Pedaling out your dog. Keeping your fingers spread nice and wide. Find some stillness in your dog. If your legs are completely locked, bend your knees slightly. Press your hips up and back. Down dog is really meant to open across the low back. On your inhale, lift your heels. Gaze between your hands and roll forward into high plank pose. Shoulders over the wrist, heels stack over the balls of the feet. Exhale, press your hips up and back, downward facing dog. Again, inhale, lift your heels, roll forward, high plank. You're always welcome to drop to the knees. Hug the elbows in, find a strong inhale. On your exhale, slowly lower all the way down to the earth. Once you're here, untuck your toes, press the tops of the feet into the mat, so much so that your kneecaps lift up. Elbows in towards your rib cage. Inhale. On your exhale, lift the chest. Baby cobra. Slowly release. Shoulders back. Inhale, lift up, baby cobra. Exhale to release. Tuck your toes under. With or without your knees, press up and back, downward facing dog. Take a full inhale. Stay for your exhale. Inhale, gaze between your hands. Start to walk your feet up to meet your hands. Inhale, find a halfway lift. Pull your shoulders away from your ears. Exhale, fold. Find a ragdoll pose. Grab onto opposite elbows. Sway side to side. Nod the head yes, no. Open and close the jaw a few times. Let the upper body hang heavy over the legs. Release your hands back to the earth and slowly begin to round up one vertebrae at a time. There's no rush to the top. At the top, roll the shoulders back, palms forward, a little bend in your knees. Tadasana, standing mountain pose. Inhale, sweep your arms overhead. Exhale, open your arms, swan dive forward, fold over your legs. Inhale, find a halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Right foot's gonna stay forward, left foot's gonna take a big step to the back of your mat. Ground down through your right heel, through your right foot. Inhale, rise up, crescent lunge. Shoulders stacked over your hips. Palms are facing one another. Right heel is stacked over the ball of your foot. Sink a little deeper. Find a full inhale. Stay for your exhale. Next, inhale, drop your left heel down, open your hips to the left, warrior two. Checking your alignment, take a look down, heel to heel or heel to arch alignment with your legs. Deep bend in the right knee. Pull the shoulders up to the ears, relax them down the back. Flip the right palm up, inhale, little reach forward on your exhale, reverse warrior, left hand, left leg. Sweep the right fingertips up and back. Make sure you didn't straighten out the right leg. Keep a deep bend. Inhale, come back through warrior two, starting to feel that right thigh fire up. Bend the right forearm, right thigh, left bicep by your ear, extended side angle. Pull your left shoulder back and take your gaze up. Breathe into left side body. Be mindful not to collapse into the right leg. Inhale, rise back up, warrior two, extend the right leg, lift the right toes, spin your right toes to face the left. So all 10 toes are facing the left. Hands come onto your hips, open up your heart, press your hips forward, gaze up. When you're ready, exhale, forward fold over your legs. Little bend in the knees, hands come down to the earth, wide-legged forward fold. Let your head hang heavy. Notice if you pressed your hips back, can you shift your hips back over the balls of your feet? Inhale, start to walk your hands back under your shoulders, find a halfway lift. Hands come to your hips, rise all the way up with a flat back. Spin your right toes forward. You're gonna step your left foot in to set up for pyramid pose. So right toes are facing forward. Feet are about 1 foot to 1.5 feet apart. And make sure they're on train tracks and not on a tight rope for your balance. Square your hips to the front of the mat. Inhale, lift the chest, lift the gaze. And when you're ready, exhale again, forward fold over the right leg. Hands come to frame your right foot. Let your forehead fall towards your knee. And then notice what's happening in your hips. Think about pulling your right hip back, pressing your left hip forward. Big opening through the back of the right leg. Two more full cycles of a breath. Finding balance between effort and ease. Inhale, find a halfway lift. Hands to your hips, rise all the way up with a flat back. Step your left foot to meet your right at the top of the mat. We'll do it all again on the other side. Inhale, sweep arms overhead. Exhale, open your arms, swan dive forward, fold over your legs. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, left foot forward, right foot, big step to the back of the mat. Ground down through your left foot. Inhale, rise up, high crescent lunge. Straighten strong right leg. Deep bend in your left knee. Settle into the lunge. Relax the shoulders away from the ears. Connect back to your breath. On your exhale, drop the right heel down, open the right toes, warrior two. Take a moment to settle in. Again, heel to heel or heel to arch alignment with your legs. Make sure the right knee is tracking over the right ankle. Flip your left palm up, little reach forward, inhale. Exhale to reverse warrior, right hand to right leg. Sweep the left arm up and back. Inhale, come back through warrior two. Exhale, start to bend the left elbow, left forearm, left thigh. Sweep your right bicep up and over. Pull your right shoulder back, stack your shoulders, gaze up. Inhale, start to rise back up, warrior two. Straighten the left leg, lift the left toes, spin the left toes to face the right. All 10 toes are facing the right. Interlace your hands behind your low back this time. Squeeze the shoulder blades, open the heart, lift the chest, and when you're ready, exhale, fold. Keep the clasp of the hands for a moment to add a shoulder stretch, and then when you are ready, release the hands down to the earth. I'm going to spin sideways. Sometimes when we tend to fold, we start to press our hips back. See if you can shift the hips forward. You'll feel more opening through the backs of the legs. You can stay or you can work to take the hands to the outer edges of your feet, pulling yourself further down. Two more full cycles of breath. Inhale, find a halfway lift, hands to the hips, rise up with a flat back. Spin your left toes forward, hop your right foot in, setting up again for pyramid pose. Feet a foot to a foot and a half apart. Spin your right toes out 45 degrees. Hips are square to the top of the mat. Inhale, lift chest, lift gaze. When you're ready, exhale, fold over the left leg. Hands come to frame the left foot, forehead falls towards the knee. Hello, left hamstring. Pull your left hip back, press your right hip forward. Every exhale, softening into the fold. Inhale, find a halfway lift. Hands come to your hips, rise all the way up with a flat back. Step your left foot to meet your right, Tadasana, standing mountain pose. Inhale, both arms overhead. Exhale, forward fold over your legs. Inhale, find a halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step back, high plank pose. Again, you're always welcome to drop down to your knees. Taking a vinyasa, inhale, shift the shoulders forward, lower all the way, or halfway down, chaturanga. Untuck the toes, pull the heart through, upward facing dog or cobra. Tuck your chin to your chest, roll up and back, downward facing dog. Notice how this down dog feels a little bit different from the first, maybe a little more open, maybe not. Take a full inhale, and then full exhale. We'll set up for pigeon on the right. Inhale, extend the right leg up and back, find a three-legged dog. Start to bend the right knee comes behind your right wrist, right ankle behind your left. Use the tuck of your left toes to scoot your hips back. And then drop the left knee, untuck your left toes. Make sure your foot is straight back and not sickling in or out. Hands come under the shoulders, lift the chest, lift the gaze. Making sure the hips stay square to the mat. You can stay as you are, or you can lower forearms down to the earth, to a bolster, to a block if you're using props today. Stay in for about 5 full breaths. It can be nice to let the forehead come down, maybe on the hands, maybe on a pillow or a block. Every exhale, softening into the right hip. 2 more full cycles of breath. And then slowly in control, just as slow as you came in, start to come back up to your palms. Tuck the left toes under. Use the core, kick the right leg up and back, find a 3-legged dog. Bend the right knee, stack the hip. You can find circles with the knee, circles with the hip. And then release the right foot back, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg up and back, 3-legged dog. Pull the left knee behind the left wrist, left ankle behind the right. Use the left foot again to scoot the hips back. Right knee down and tuck the right toes. Hands walk back, lift the chest. Then again, slowly you can lower down to the forearms. Be mindful you don't roll to your left hip. Hip staying square to the mat. Forehead can come down to a prop to your hands if that feels comfortable. And then anchor into your breath. Inhale. Exhale. Two more full cycles of breath. And just as slow as you came in, slowly beginning to make your way out, bringing the hands back under the shoulders. Tuck the right toes under, use the core, kick the left leg up and back, bend the left knee, stack the hip, flush it out. Find circles in one direction, circles in the other. And then come back to down dog. Option for one final flow. You can take it, you can leave it. Inhale, shift forward, high plank. Exhale, lower all the way or halfway down, chaturanga. Untuck the toes, up dog or cobra. Tuck the chin to the chest, roll up and back, down dog. And then from here, drop your knees to the earth, sit your hips off to one side, making your way into a comfortable seated posture. We'll make our way into Janu Shirshasana. Starting on the right, right leg will extend long. Keep your left knee into your chest. Left sole of the foot, inner thigh. Let the left knee fall out. Flex your right toes towards you. Inhale, sweep both arms overhead. On your exhale, hinge at your hips. Slowly begin to fold over the right leg. Holding these seated stretches a little longer after warming up the muscles. Using this time to go a little deeper and let the body relax into the pose. Maybe you find on your exhales, slowly sink in forehead a little bit closer to the leg. 2 more full breaths. And inhale, begin to lengthen the spine, stack shoulders back over your hips. Lift the left leg up, extend the left leg, switching out, pull right knee into your chest. Nice tall spine. Right knee falls out to the right, right sole of the foot finds the left inner thigh. Flex your left toes towards you. Inhale, lengthen arms overhead. Exhale, fold. Allow the hands to land foot, ankle, calf, forehead to knee. Again, using your exhales to soften. Next inhale, slowly begin to rise. From here, setting up for butterfly or Baddha Konasana, soles of the feet will come together. Two variations here. The sole or the heels closer to your seat are going to open up a little more inner thigh. Heels a little bit further away from your seat, a little more outer thigh. So yogi's choice on which area you'd like to focus on for this posture. Wherever you are, inhale to lengthen, and then exhale, use your hands on your legs to pull yourself forward. Option to stack palms as you fold. And anchor into your breath. Final breath. And slowly begin to rise back up. Take your hands to the outer edges of your knees and pull your knees together. We are going to come down, but we're going to come through a little boat pose. Make sure you're at the top of the mat. Plant the feet, hands come behind the thighs, lean the upper body back. Lift one leg, lift the other. You can stay here. Option to reach the arms forward, palms facing up. Option to straighten the legs. Wherever you are, keep pulling your heart forward, keeping the spine nice and tall, nice and flat. No rounding in the back. Holding here for 5. We're going to lower down into low boat in 3. Low back on the earth. Heels and shoulders are lifted in 2 and 1. Slowly lower down. Low boat. Keep pulling the belly button in. Breathing here for 5. We have 1 more move, yogi bicycles in 3. Hands behind your head, bend your knees in 2, 1. Legs in tabletop. Start to extend the right leg, right elbow, left knee, and switch. Taking it at whatever pace. You're here for 10. You're here for 5. You got it. 4, 3, 2, 1. Release the arms, release the legs. Find a full body stretch. Beautiful work. We made it back onto our backs. A few more postures before Savasana. Bend your knees, plant your feet on the earth, feet are hip width distance. Hands by your side, maybe your fingers graze your heels, setting up for a bridge pose. Spread your fingers nice and wide on your mat. Find an inhale here. On your exhale, this time in one piece, lift your hips back up off of the earth. Press through all 4 corners of your feet. You can stay here, or option to interlace your hands underneath your low back, walking the shoulder blades slightly closer together. Breathing into the front side of the body. 2 more breaths. And exhale, if you have the interlace, release your hands and let your hips come back to the earth. Heel to your feet as wide as your mat and gently windshield wiper the knees side to side. Pull both knees into your chest. Let both knees fall over to the left. Right knee, right ankle stacked on top of left. Arms come out into a T or to a goalpost. Make sure the right shoulder is grounded. If you need a little support, take your left hand on top of your outer edge of the right leg. Option to take your gaze out over the right arm. Close down the eyes or start to find a soft gaze. Two more breaths. Again, every exhale, deepening, softening into the pose. And inhale slowly and mindfully come back through center. Pull your knees into your chest. And then switching sides, let both knees fall over to the right. Option to take right hand on top of left thigh. Left arm long or in goal pose. Try and ground the left shoulder down. Gaze can come out over the left shoulder. Close down the eyes or find a soft gaze. Notice if you're holding unnecessary tension that you can let go of with the breath. And inhale slowly, begin to come back through center. Pull your knees into your chest. One final move, happy baby. Reach for the outer edges of the feet. Lift the heels high. Pull the knees outside of the body. Let the head, neck, and shoulders come back down to the earth. You can stay in stillness. You can rock side to side. If there's any movements I didn't offer that you need, taking those now to finish out your practice. And then start to release. Pull your knees into your chest. Lift your head, neck, and shoulders. Wrap your arms around the front of your shins, forehead to knees. Give yourself one final squeeze. And then exhale. Begin to release into your Savasana. Letting your legs go long, letting your arms rest by your side, palms facing up. I'll be playing a singing bowl for you today for your relaxation. So getting nice and comfortable. Allowing the lips to slightly part, the tongue to fall away from the roof of the mouth. Let the breath go. You have nowhere else to be, nothing else to do. Allow the body and mind to be still. And I'll bring you back in just a few. Slowly begin to bring awareness back into your physical body. Coming back to your breath. Take a full inhale through your nose. Fill up the belly, the lungs, the chest. And then open mouth, exhale, sigh it out, let it go. Take another full inhale in, belly, lungs, chest. And exhale out your mouth, let it go. Start to take gentle movements in the fingers and the toes, wiggling out the wrist and the ankles. And when you're ready, inhale, reach your arms overhead and take a full body stretch as if you're waking up for the first time today. Pull your knees into your chest, roll onto one side for side lying child's pose, resting your head in your arms. And when you are ready, press yourself up into a comfortable seat to face the front. Once you are seated, inhale, sweep both arms overhead, palms together. Hands come down to the heart center, Alanje Mudra. Take a moment of gratitude for yourself, for your yoga practice, for giving this time back to you. The light in me sees and honors the light in you. Namaste. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. I hope you enjoyed that longer yoga practice. And let me know below what other videos you would like to see, and I'll see you next time. Have a great day.